What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Sean. Today, like always, an interesting video for you here on the channel. Who will John Cena face at WrestleMania 41? This video is a video I've been wanting to do for a little bit, and now it even makes tons of more sense in my opinion. I think John Cena is going to have a great run for his final 2025 farewell tour, but his WrestleMania is going to be his last. So today, we are deciding who will John Cena go against for WrestleMania. I do want to say that I think there's a lot of people that could be somebody that he faces at WrestleMania, but there's some big names out there that I think make a lot of sense that probably won't happen, and I'm going to have them included on this list. But let's just get started with first Braun Breaker. For me, Braun Breaker is the face of the company coming up. I think they've already kind of shown that he will be the face of the company, kind of already been rumored to be the face of the company entering 2025. And with that being said, why would you not have your face of the company against another face of the company? I think being that young dog to potentially get a win on John Cena will solidify John Cena and Braun Breaker as, just basically Braun Breaker as this huge face of the company moving forward. I get that John Cena's lost to Solo Sikoa, Austin Theory, and how well has that done for them? I just think Braun Breaker makes a lot of sense, in my opinion, to be this face of the company and to really solidify that. And I have this other category saying where else I would like this. And I think Royal Rumble makes a lot of sense, but I do think that, or I think Elimination Chamber could make a lot of sense. I think John Cena could definitely decide to instead not face him at Royal Rumble and enter the Royal Rumble, whatever that might be. Maybe it's Elimination Chamber. I don't know. But for me, the reason why I want to put Braun Breaker here is he has a title that would make John Cena a Grand Slam champ. Now, Braun Breaker is probably going to hold this Intercontinental title till Royal Rumble and pass, unless they think that, you know what, he's been so good, let's now making him a main player to go against a Gunther, for example, at WrestleMania. I am interested to see how Braun Breaker does with this title, because he's already getting a match. I think by the time you see this, he'll already have a match, maybe against Sami Zayn. Maybe not, actually. Maybe you might not see that till then. I think Braun Breaker is going to probably hold this title. And I think for John Cena, having this face of the company go against the old face of the company for a title that would make John Cena Grand Slam champ, it's kind of a match made in heaven. It makes so much sense. Up next, we have CM Punk. Other places I like, SummerSlam. So I feel like CM Punk could be in a little feud by WrestleMania. Maybe this doesn't make sense. But let's be honest here. CM Punk and John Cena is going to happen. It's just when. I think they're going to have this match of two old goats of this wrestling business really go against each other. Just when is this going to happen? Is it going to happen at WrestleMania? Is it going to happen at SummerSlam? I don't know. I think it could even just happen on an episode of Raw. Maybe it's another PLE. We'll have to see, because they've put on bangers on bangers. Money in the Bank, I think 2011. They've had one of the best matches out of Cena's career. I have to see them go against each other again. It just makes a lot of sense. Up next, we have Cody Rhodes. Other places I like, SummerSlam or the retirement match. So for Cody Rhodes, I think a lot of people have summarized that Cody Rhodes on John Cena would be two ultra baby faces going against each other, becoming that, what is it called? Becoming the two big faces of the company going against each other. Cody Rhodes is obviously the face of the company right now. I think John Cena was the old face of the company. Kind of gave Cody Rhodes a John Cena-esque arc, in my opinion. So you have two guys that are kind of both mirrors of each other going against each other. I think it makes a lot of sense. I could see it for SummerSlam for the title, or maybe it's just a one-on-one match. I also see maybe there's a chance that Cody Rhodes retires John Cena, so they solidify him. You know, this is the guy to go against for the next future and upcoming. I think that makes a lot of sense as well. It'll be kind of interesting to see if they go that route, but I think this is another place where kind of has to go against at maybe a WrestleMania instead if the Bloodline story isn't happening. Up next, we have Gunther, and actually somebody that I think makes a lot of sense, in my opinion, to have for WrestleMania. I think Bash at Berlin could be another place to go in 2025 if they would go back to Berlin. I also think that the perfect way to end Gunther's run would be somebody that is so high up on the GOAT pedestal that they beat a Gunther and that's how they win it off of a Gunther championship. And maybe this is the way where we see Cena get that 17th title that he's been needing and wanting. So I think that's a great way to do it if they would want to do that for Gunther and for John Cena. And I think the fact that WrestleMania would make a lot of sense too if, Braun Breaker's not used to it or somebody else is not in a little feud. I think the ultra villain in Gunther and the ultra superhero in Cena is a perfect clash to go against each other. That makes so much sense to go against each other when it comes to a WrestleMania type atmosphere. And Gunther can put on great matches. I know maybe people think that John Cena's moveset isn't good. Maybe it's going to be a little bit sluggish. I think Gunther is going to put on a banger match with John Cena, and I think it's kind of a match that needs to happen, in my opinion. That would be something that would be huge for both of them. Up next, we have Randy Orton. And I think there's one place that if it's not WrestleMania, I know a lot of people think it should be at WrestleMania. If it's not WrestleMania, it should be the retirement match. It's either WrestleMania or retirement match for me. I don't think there's any in between. I think Randy Orton and John Cena has been a match everybody and their moms have wanted. So with that being said, if the Randy Orton match doesn't happen at WrestleMania, it should happen at a retirement match. This should be the two ends of two eras going against each other and ending themselves right there. I think it makes a lot of sense in my opinion. I think a lot of people also agree that it makes a lot of sense. I don't think it makes any sense for them not to go against each other in this sense. And then last but certainly not least, The Rock. Now, when I look at WrestleMania and I look at this feud, this once in a lifetime opportunity, part 4 now, technically part 3, but I'm counting now the bloodline Cody Rhodes fight as a part 3 of them standing off. Just having The Rock and John Cena is a WrestleMania match. I think it's a little hard to say that's a SummerSlam match, but I feel like John Cena and The Rock, if they would go against each other, it would be next year. Now, I think The Rock is going to have his hands tied a little bit with Roman Reigns, maybe with Cody Rhodes, whatever it might be. So maybe that doesn't happen right there. But another place could be SummerSlam. I know they're trying to treat SummerSlam like WrestleMania, and if that's the case, why would you not put The Rock and John Cena to really sell that this is a WrestleMania type area? SummerSlam would be an excellent way to really push that this is the new WrestleMania as well, where you have two types of WrestleManias. But it would be very hard for me to say that this one match would happen, and two, this match would happen anywhere other than WrestleMania. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.